Imagine an empire on the brink of collapse, caught between superpowers, making a secret pact that would drag millions into war. In 1914, the Ottoman Empire did just that, allying with Germany and the Central Powers, igniting conflicts from the Black Sea to the Middle East. This wasn't just a diplomatic footnote. It prolonged World War I, sparked genocides, and sealed the fate of a 600-year-old dynasty. Today, we dive into how and why the Ottomans entered the Great War, from shadowy alliances to a daring naval raid. Stick around to uncover the key players and timeline that changed history forever. To understand the Ottomans' bold move, we must rewind to the empire's dire straits. By the early 1900s, the Ottoman Empire, once spanning 3 continents, was crumbling, earning the nickname the Sick Man of Europe. Defeats in the Italo-Turkish War of 1911 and the brutal Balkan Wars of 1912–1913 had stripped away territories, exhausted the military, and bankrupted the treasury. The 1908 Young Turk Revolution brought hope, installing Sultan Mehmed V as a figurehead and restoring a constitution, but power rested with the Committee of Union and Progress, or AKUP, a nationalist group aiming to modernize and survive. Internally, factions clashed. Pro-British leaders sought alliances with the Entente powers, while a pro-German clique, led by the charismatic Enver Pasha, saw Berlin as a savior. Germany had already invested heavily, sending General Otto Liman von Sanders in 1913 to revamp the Ottoman army. Russia, eyeing Constantinople and the vital straits for trade, posed the biggest threat. They depended on the straits for 25% of their exports. Britain and France, meanwhile, held economic leverage through loans and capitulations, special rights for foreigners that humiliated the Ottomans. As Europe hurtled toward war after the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand in June 1914, the Ottomans played a dangerous game of neutrality, secretly courting sides to reclaim lost glory. The spark came during the July Crisis. On July 22, 1914, Enver Pasha boldly proposed an alliance to Germany, promising to counter Russia. Initially rebuffed, the Ottomans tried Austria-Hungary and even France, but no luck. Then a British blunder. On July 28, Winston Churchill seized 2 Ottoman battleships being built in UK yards, infuriating Constantinople and swinging sentiment toward Germany. Seizing the moment, negotiations intensified. On August 2, 1914, just days after war erupted in Europe, the secret Ottoman-German alliance was signed in Constantinople. Enver, Interior Minister Talat Pasha, and Grand Vizier Said Halim Pasha represented the Ottomans, pledging defensive support if Germany fought Russia due to Austria. In return, Germany promised protection, territorial gains in the Caucasus, and help abolishing capitulations. The treaty included 6 Ottoman demands: border adjustments, Aegean islands from Greece, and war indemnities, all accepted by Berlin. The Ottomans mobilized on August 2 but declared neutrality the next day, buying time. They inked a pact with Bulgaria on August 19 for mutual sympathy. By September 9, capitulations were scrapped, and on September 28, the straits were closed, crippling Russian commerce. This wasn't full entry yet, but the stage was set. Enter the German cruisers Goeben and Breslau, commanded by Rear Admiral Wilhelm Souchon. Evading British fleets at war's outbreak, they slipped into the Dardanelles on August 10, 1914, despite Ottoman neutrality rules. Allowed passage by Said Halim, they reached Constantinople on August 11th and were sold to the Ottomans on August 16th, renamed Yavuz and Medili, with German crews intact, fezzes and all for show. Souchon took command of the Ottoman Navy in September. Enver, bypassing the cabinet, ordered attacks on Russian ships. On October 25th, secret instructions went out. Then, on October 29th, the raid unfolded. At dawn, the Goeben bombarded Sevastopol. The Breslau hit Theodosia and Yalta. Destroyers sank gunboats at Odessa and mined Novorossiysk, damaging ships and granaries. The fleet returned triumphantly, but the world erupted. This Black Sea raid was the official trigger. Ottoman neutrality was shattered, pulling them into the Central Powers' fold. The raid's fallout was swift. The Allies demanded German expulsion. The Ottomans refused. Russia declared war on November 1st, Britain and France on November 5th. British ships bombarded the Dardanelles forts on November 3rd. Sultan Mehmed declared war on November 11th, and a holy jihad was proclaimed on November 13th, urging Muslims against the Entente, though it largely fizzled. Campaigns exploded. The Caucasus Offensive began November 2nd. British forces landed in Basra for Mesopotamia, and the Ottomans attacked the Suez Canal in 1915. The human toll: over 1 million Ottoman dead, including 250,000 at Gallipoli. The war also enabled the Armenian genocide, economic ruin, and prolonged the war by years, aiding the Bolshevik Revolution. Cabinet chaos ensued, resignations and protests against Enver. Ultimately, this elite-driven choice led to the empire's dissolution in 1922 and the end of the Caliphate in 1924. In summary, the Ottomans' alliance prolonged a global catastrophe. Quick timeline: 1908, Young Turk Revolution; July 1914, alliance proposals; August 2nd, secret treaty; October 29th, Black Sea raid; November War declarations. Key figures: Enver Pasha, the pro-German instigator; Said Halim Pasha, the signing vizier; Admiral Souchon, the raid leader; and Sultan Mehmed V, the declarer. What if they'd chosen differently? History might look very different. If this sparked your interest, hit like, subscribe for more WWI deep dives, and comment below. Thanks for watching.